Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to our second series of the day here in his Summit 8 SA Qualifiers. It's time for Mad Kings versus paiN Gaming. Once again, one unknown team, at least one that I do not recognize any of the players of on the side of Mad Kings, and they're facing up against paiN Gaming. Some more old school classic players, HFN, King RD, Tavo, all those well-known players under a well-known brand in the South American scene. My name is Dragon Drop. I'm joined by Wacky Neff.
It's a pleasure to be here, my friend.
Yep. Alright, so yeah, starting a little bit early here, 20 minutes early to be exact. So it's something unheard of almost, but yeah, getting things moving along a little bit faster than they otherwise would be. Still don't want to make any bets on how many pauses we have in this game, though.
Is there a butt website I can go to kind of guess how many there's going to be, or is that something that I'm not allowed to do?
Would be an interesting one, wouldn't it be? It seems like would be very easy to fudge by the teams, even easier than other things. But hey. Mad King's actually taking quite a bit of the reserve time now to just get their first pick going. You'd figure that's something that you have figured out earlier. Gonna be a paiN. Okay, that's interesting.
I think it's not that unusual for them to take that amount of time take their first pick. It is a new patch. Again, the last series we cast the first game, they used up almost all of their reserve time on one team. They only had 9 seconds left after their first pick, I believe. After that, they picked everything pretty quickly, but again, it's taking people a lot to figure out these patches. I think people are sticking with heroes that they sort of know right now, and then we see things that everyone has decided are the strongest heroes in the patch that they're banning out. With this new first 3 ban system, we've seen Jakiro and Beastmaster banned out every game, and we see Brewmaster is either first pick or ban.
Yep. It's interesting to see, like, it's a lot of room to just ban out even more of the OP ones, so it's like I don't know how to say it, but yeah, it's less likely that you have super strong heroes on one side or the other.
I sort of like it.
Yeah. And takes off that edge where it's like, alright, you have 4 bans, but there's like 5 or 6 heroes that are really strong, or considered to be really strong, and one team with the first pick is always going to get them.
5 seconds remaining.
With 6 bans now in total in the first phase, it's not really all that much. And also gives more room for like just straight up deny picks or bans, I should say, against specific teams if you've done your research beforehand.
Yeah, it also adds a lot more variety to the heroes that people are forced to pick. Again, if you do your research beforehand, you can ban out certain people's entire hero pools. Sometimes some people only really play 3 heroes. Not gonna name any names though. All right, and Nature's Prophet coming on the side of paiN. I think this guy is going to bring the paiN. Your thoughts, Dragon Drop?
Yeah, that was
5 seconds
the most forced joke I've ever seen you do, but I do have to agree. It's one of these very strong heroes that is still left. Just because he can provide so much in these early 10 minutes, and where a lot of the game can almost be decided here. Just starting off on a good foot, and if you then have the discipline to just see it through, if you have the proper lineup, take it through the mid game as well, and not be out team fought or something, then it's also valuable. And Nature's Prophet just being that +1 in any sort of team fight, just providing a bit of extra damage, a bit of extra control, and some pathing issues and whatnot with the Sprout. And especially if you already have the Night Stalker, so you can imagine that to be the plan here for paiN Gaming already.
I'm imagining they're going to run into some problems if they pick up super strong heroes in the early game. First 4 minutes of the game before it hits nighttime. They're going to be quite weak on the side of paiN Gaming. Night Stalker's daytime vision was reduced to 800 in this patch, so his daytime vision is the same as most heroes have at night. So he is not a daywalker anymore. He is merely Night Stalker.
Much less so now. You still hold on to the max, or to all the damage of your nukes at the very least, which is quite sizable on the Void. Scales very well indeed, but well, I don't have to deal with the Sven Not the easiest target to bring down
Radiant
early on.
team ban.
And we saw him picked up by which E-Wolves in the first game of last series, and he didn't really see that much success. Hopefully, this game, Mad Kings will prove us wrong as far as Sven's
10
power.
seconds
Being
remaining.
kicking up your carry in the first phase of the draft, especially
5 seconds
when the
remaining.
patch just hits. Pretty bold move in my opinion, but
Dire
it
team
might know
ban.
something that I don't.
Well, you also have that classic
Radiant
counter already
team
to the
ban.
Nature's Prophet. You have the cleave inbuilt to deal with the tree and push.
Mhm.
So, it's kind of fairly safe, especially if you maybe have something else planned, if you just want to hide your roaming support or your other cores. Or even just if you want to get some more information
10
about the
seconds
rest
remaining.
of what they want to do, right? You pick up a hero that's already decent against what you
5
see,
seconds remaining.
and then you at least know that you
Dire
can't be
team
completely counted out.
That
In
is
most
true.
drafts anyway. I mean, Ben is still very much susceptible to being kited around.
Absolutely. But all right, coming out next, we see bans some
10
Silencer
seconds
and
remaining.
Dazzle. So looks like they want to prevent these enemies from being
Radiant
able to really
team
save their allies or stop the Sven Bane from being able to just burst somebody down. And then the Rubik pick coming out. I feel like that's one of the stronger heroes in this patch. The Rubik, power of the null field aura, offensive and defensive.
Yeah.
I think that's something that needs to be nerfed a little bit, or maybe like half the
10
offensive
seconds
aura,
remaining.
something like that. People just blow up if
Oh,
any
yeah.
magic damage.
5
Curious to see
seconds
that
remaining.
it used in action, because if you use it at the right time, might just at the wrong time, I should say, can just
Dire
screw you over,
team
because there's a 30-second cooldown on the toggle. So if you
Mhm.
just go ahead, use it aggressively, and then all of a sudden an Earthspur turns around and drops Magnetize on top of you with your offensive aura going, then it's like, okay, we made a mistake, guys. We don't actually have that extra magic
10
resistance
seconds
to
remaining.
withstand that.
Well, it's a little
5
bit
seconds
weird.
remaining.
Or it's not the worst thing in the world because you're not giving up something that you would otherwise have. Like you still have the 25% base resistance that all the other heroes have. Like depending on what hero you are, of course, Meepo is more of a suggest less. But you are going to be bringing down the enemy's magic resistance. So you get two different benefits from it now,
Yep.
and both of them are very strong. The offensive aura, like being able
Radiant
to do
team
more
ban.
magic damage than you'd otherwise normally be
Mirror.
able to. I feel like it needs to be tested a little bit before it can be allowed in captain's mode, but I might be wrong. We'll see. Just how strong it is this game.
Well, the Mirana on the field now as well. You have the Starfall to come that up with. You already have the Nature's Prophet, potentially bouncing out in the big
5
ultimate.
seconds remaining.
That does a shit ton of damage in its own right if you manage to use it properly, and yeah, just add the aura on top of that. Not gonna max it out too quickly. I think you still want the max Fate Bolt, and then with just the 2 points up in the
Dire
telekinesis,
team ban.
you can use
One or
start
two,
working
yeah.
away at that.
Of
Yeah.
pain.
It's definitely worth it to get 1 point fairly early in that null field, in my opinion. You level 1 telekinesis, 3 Fade Bolt, 1 aura, because then you have 10% magic resistance and
10
10%
seconds remaining.
damage amplification for your magic and an aura. And the aura's
5
pretty big now. It's
seconds
1200
remaining.
range.
Yeah.
So
Keep an
Mad
eye
King.
on what they want to do with that.
Yeah, they pick up Queen of Pain and Earth Spirit here. Both those heroes, I feel like things that paiN could have picked up after the Rubik. Maybe they're denying them as well as picking them up themselves. We'll see what paiN decide to get it for their last hero here. Probably going to be something with a lot more magic damage because Nature's Prophet mostly physical and Mirana is a mix of the two. I feel like they want to capitalize on magic damage
10
that they can do.
seconds remaining.
Yep. Puck would still be on the field if they want to pick up that up. It's a decent
5
enough matchup
seconds
with the Green of Pain.
Mhm.
That's a bit of an issue here with the Earthspurt if you can get the connection early
Radiant
on, but
team
it's actually been banned out anyway, so never mind that.
Not surprising there.
So now it's Mad King's turn to pick up another hero, and wonder what that hero is going to be. Like technically,
10
it
seconds
should be the
remaining.
offlaner, but I
5
don't know. I feel like they
seconds
could even
remaining.
go aggressive here with the Sven and the Bane already. The
Well,
Earthspurt, you can We try and put some pressure on, pick up another safe laner.
If last game taught me anything, it's that I have no idea what to expect from South America Dota. And it's the Broodmother.
Alright.
Right.
Can work either way, so they could either just go aggro, run the Broodmother, solo safe, or just do it vice versa, do the classic Broodmother offlane, just soaking experience for the first bit, and start to build up that pressure, start to build up the Spiderling army.
10 seconds remaining.
It worked out well in the last game here, even though it didn't really end up
5
winning them the
seconds
game.
remaining.
And we'll see what paiN decides to pick up here. You called out a pretty good one there, the Puck. That being picked up would have been very strong. Now, I wouldn't be surprised to see another Lina come out. We saw a lot of success for it on the side of, what was that again? Sacred picked it up against E-Wolves in the last game, and they absolutely dominated that match as well as the first one. So we might see that again. Almost definitely going to be a magic damage hero coming out either mid lane or maybe safe lane.
Yep.
We'll see. They could do either way. I mean, that's the power of heroes like Mirana. Being able to flexibly change your lanes and match up in different areas really gives you an advantage. And on the side of Mad Kings, they're sort of forced to put their Sven as a safe lane and their Queen of paiN as a mid with this lineup they have right now. I feel like Broodmother's power as a mid weakened a lot.
Hero.
And Legion, your thoughts?
One of the classic counters to the Broodmother, just with the overwhelming odds. If she's ever close to her Spiderling, it's almost like Echo Slam types of damage. And now we can see her without having to carry detection, so having that strong lockdown available just to prevent her from actually walking out, it's gonna be super useful to have. Also good against the Queen of paiN, yeah. I can get behind that. There's the threat of the Bane just being super obnoxious or throwing in a Nightmare into the duel. So you have to keep an eye on that, as well as Sven perhaps turning things around, just popping his God Strength, and just winning the duel for your opponent. So you gotta be careful with your target selection if you're HFN this game.
Should be an interesting game, this one.
Yep. Again, another bracket match here in Summit 8 SA qualifiers. The winner will move up. Will move on up to face up against Sacred, and the loser will drop down to the lower part of this bracket.
Boots starting off on two heroes on the side of paiN Gaming, Night Stalker, and Nature's Prophet here. We're seeing teams rush out in like big 5-man groups now without the teleport. And all right, there's the first pause of the game. So
I don't know what you're talking about.
Pauses,
they're just standing there. They're just running down the time so they can walk in at the right time with the smoke, you know? Not actually pause, guys, I swear. I can't take it anymore.
2 more pauses and I get smooth $50, man. But yeah, just looking at these lanes now. Do you know who the mid laner for paiN Gaming is? Or their usual mid laner? I think I've gone off about my rant about flexible 1s and 2s too many times for you to count at this point.
Pretty sure HFN was the off laner last time I checked, but then again, it's been a long time until they've actually won these players in SA Dota. So, it looks like Mirana's just gonna straight go mid. You have the classic build with the shared tangos and the Wraith Band and whatnot.
It's going to be HFN, probably going to be playing safe, playing carry, because you see Boots of Speed on your Nature's Prophet. Usually means that he's the off laner, wants to run away from the enemies. Oh.
In this game, like off lane, safe lane, I might just switch it around, just go a little bit aggro with the dual lane with the Rubik. King ID doing his thing. Wouldn't be too surprised to see that too. Try and leverage that strength of the Nature's Prophet just based on his right clicks and his harassment potential with the trees, especially ever since that Pullman shield got taken away.
Yeah. Looks like I was wrong though. Sword Amy already setting up a web mid, probably heading to the mid lane. It'd be really cool if they were just faking that one out.
Yeah,
but I don't think that they're going. If they could, he's starting to head somewhere else now. If they fake it out with a web and then they say, okay, well, let's change our lanes to fight the Broodmother mid, and the Broodmother ends up heading to safe lane, that'd be super cool.
Yep.
We'll see though.
They do see the web with the tower, obviously.
Yeah,
That vision, but
maybe it was placed there intentionally like that.
that's a normal place that you would put it if you were mid-brood, right? You have that pathing up on the cliffs.
Battle begins.
Still, I'm not the biggest fan of brood mid
Twisted.
in this patch. Changes.
Yeah, like
for now,
being
he's
before.
fucking bottom lane, so maybe.
Before, you'd almost always win the Sentry War though, because you'd always have what you would need on Brood Mother. You'd make the other supports very poor, forced into by sentries for your mid laner, and them not having vision on you gave you the advantage. And yeah, Brood Mother is just faking them out with the web. How
Zig is
about
up.
that?
Queen of paiN, some shared tankers of her own, actually taking it over. Up against the Mirana, and up there as expected.
And you don't get the matchups you want after all. Brood Mother up against the Legion Commander sees, okay, my plan didn't work. I'm heading top lane after all. You guys head somewhere else.
Oh, Nightmare taken off here from Tavo by one of his treants. Dodging that Gangus was also well played.
Played by him. And yeah, looks like it's the benefit of having free TPs at the start of the game now. It doesn't cost you anything to change lanes.
Oh, XD!
What
Actually
just
cancelled
happened?
it! He cancelled his own TP!
Why?
I
He's stuck
don't
at
know.
Brood Mother now.
Brought down the Bane, but XD must have made a mistake there.
Did he think that he was going to throw his Stormhammer off or
It was
something
all
like
the
that?
mana, like... I was thinking that, but yeah, you only get one of those, and then... you have
Yeah,
to
I mean,
wait
you
quite a
used all
while.
your mana teleporting.
Yeah. That was really questionable. Well, I guess maybe they made the choice, hey, HFN is here now. Just faking out, guys, just joshing. Mogo, you get some free levels. And yeah, Brood Mother just making a long walk back towards the bottom lane. 273
Okay.
move speed seems good.
The little brood that could.
Yeah, I'm not sure about this one, to be honest.
Alright, so not off to a very good start on the side of Mad King so far. Your Brood Mother, 2 minutes in the game, is only halfway to level 2. And
Night Stalker is
the
out
Night Stalker.
XPing you at this point.
Yeah,
Magic
just as-
runes.
No bounties for you. You get nothing, Brood. Alright, he's got a matchup that he wants now, but at the same time, like, gaming can't be that angry at how the start of this game has gone so far. And yeah, Arcane Rune on King RD, he chases him down, throws out a Void.
Also needs Quelling Blade. Just saying, I just need some Nature's Prophet to come in to get through some trees, but yeah. That's a cool thing that you can do on a side lane. There's plenty of these areas where you can just sit in your webs, no one can get to you. Invis or no, not Invis, you'll get that extra region.
Sword Amy just stuck trying to get whatever he can right now, but this is the disadvantage of not having Invis anymore.
Yep.
Like, and King RD doesn't really care, doesn't have to spend money on sentries or anything like that, so he's completely okay.
Yep. Well, top lane and support are playing with each other.
Mhm.
And the cancel clarities. So gotta keep an eye on this. Yeah, Nightmare's a bit of a roll, but then again, HFN is already level 4.
Mhm.
He heal himself here with that press the attack and everything.
Yeah, they're
It's not
probably
a-
gonna want.
Yeah, it's... And look at Sven. He's level 2 himself. All of this laning exchange you were talking about, it's just hurting him so much.
Yeah, I mean he's gonna hit level 3 soon. I mean, but this is the little brood who could. He's trying to run around the map.
But there's the heals. HFN gets the first blood. 3-man overwhelming odds also helping out the Nightmare onto Tavos. He also TPs in, gets the Sprout off onto Moga. No way to actually get through that, so it's a freebie.
Yep,
Or
and
the
then
Nature's Prophet. HFN he's still looking for more. Gets stunned up on the tower. Nuke will just miss here. Would have been a kill on XCXD. If he hit that right there.
just manages to miss. Unlucky. I think he thought that the Sven would juke down in the trees and stay in the fog rather than head up or the usual way, right down the regular lane pathway. So he outplayed himself there.
Pretty much. Down bottom though, dynamic changing a little bit. Brood Mother finally getting these levels, so we have some Spiderlings to work with, but no Soul Ring or anything just yet.
He does manage to find his first 7 last hits.
Oh yeah. Why is courier hotkey not working?
Your courier hotkey? You're not
Yeah.
playing this game.
No, but I have it bound to a key. I can look at the couriers.
Really?
Yeah.
That's a thing?
Yep.
Alright, the more you know. Alright, Swordy May actually getting gone on, gets taken down. Nightstalker has phase boots already. Nightstalker has more money than this poor Broodmother. Broodmother doesn't even have boots yet. And what? Okay, the Queen of paiN stole the courier when it was right beside the Broodmother with the soul ring on it.
1 leap, 2 leap, 3 leap, everybody leap. Duster coming through as well to just provide some covering fire, so Mirana will be alright, but looks of it.
Power of the triple leap.
Really was.
Yeah,
It was for the third one, I don't think Marshall would have survived there, but yeah, it's...
Can we talk about that? This poor Broodmother, though. Like, the courier stolen from him when it was right beside him by his mid player, just for clarity. Like, it would have delayed his courier maybe a second, and the Broodmother would have a soul ring right now. Instead, he sits at no mana. He's having a hard enough game as it is. I think his team needs to help him out a little bit at this point.
I don't know, mine is just broken, I guess. For no
Yours
good
or
reason.
theirs?
I bind. I can't click my C button to get the courier. It's so annoying.
Maybe the new patch or something like that? I'm not sure.
Probably, possibly, I don't know. So sad, but yeah, okay. Talking about the Broodmother, let's get back into this game. And speaking of Broodmother, Sword gonna get going on right now. They have their flying vision, it also helps a little bit. But you also need the control factor. You need some sort of stun here. Rubik unable to get close here now. Has to deal with the Spiraling Tuna. Chair does come out, keep him safe, and also perhaps set up for Mogo up top. They do have the duel available. And oh, there's a Nightmare though. Onto Mirana, so cannot actually provide the Starfall extra damage. Did work out well in the end. Mogo will still fall, but at the very least he doesn't feed extra damage away. Nice arrow, actually still connecting elsewhere. Not much more will come from that.
A little bit unfortunate that happens when your Broodmother's forcing 3 heroes to just kind of sit in the trees there. Even when you're creating space, you're losing a fight against paiN. It's pretty unfortunate. Things really aren't going their way with this game.
Where's the threat really coming from Mad Kings right now? It's gonna have to come from the Queen of paiN eventually, right? I mean, first build's still sitting at level 3, it's kind of limited in what he can do. But yeah, now speaking of the Queen of paiN, it is nighttime after a long silence, and Nightmare dodging some of the damage, but just impossible to withstand that. 5 seconds at nighttime, that silence duration. Feels like an eternity here for Queen of paiN.
Yeah, I mean, given how the game went during the first day, in fact that it's nighttime and they really started to come online, the Dangerous Prophet just ganking lanes with this Nightstalker, that's when they really hit their power spike. And like God, the Broodmother didn't get enough at the start of this game to really make space or take advantage of space created by Nightstalker and Dangerous Prophet ganks.
EXT is sitting here so low. Duster coming in is 3 points up to the Fable. Just
And down he goes. When your Rubik
so
solo
silly.
picks off the position 1.
wasn't even any effort involved. He just walks by and presses W. Like, oh.
That's the hard counter that they talked about.
Again,
Pressing
another one
the
of these
W.
things that I just see my pubs every single time. Moger gets Nightmare off. And now has to walk the other way. Talbot with the TP into the backline, trying to intercept him, but there's a Sprout available, but don't really want to go high ground. The roll comes through onto Duster here. They burst him down too with a follow-up stun, and the extra nuke here from the Broodmother, finally setting up top, setting up shop here, but they turn things around. A couple of right clicks. Here's down here now. Queen of paiN actually being taken care of as well. And Masha, a couple of stick charges, verify, keeping him safe against Spiraling. Sword does not have any more. Well, I don't believe he had any more net charges or willingness to chase that further. So Queen of paiN also being picked off there after using the Sonic Wave. Not ideal.
I mean, you're losing 3 heroes, one of them being your mid, and all you take down is 2 supports. So even when things are going their way and they're getting kills, they're still losing more than they're getting there, I feel like. This just puts paiN Gaming back ahead.
Yep.
All the while, this Queen of paiN sitting at only 32 last hits and 13 denies, and Marana at
already
48,
TPing out, but that TP will be cancelled. Sword is there as well. Stick charges give him life for the time being. Now the arrow actually connected to the nurse, but Masha coming in. Does not quite get the double starfall off, so HFN, well, he'll just be able to convert that with a duel instead. Sword still trying to run his way out of there. Tabo does end up falling. Duster. Oh, he stole web! He stole the webs!
Rubik is the spider.
Rubik is the spider. I wonder whether if you can walk in all webs or just your own. I think you're just your own. Yeah. But how would you know whose net webs are his now? I mean, you can see it on the minimap, I guess. But
you can see it on the minimap, but you need to pay very close attention to wherever you put your webs and which are not your webs.
Oh, like the game was not confusing enough already.
You've never played Trapdoor Spider Rubik before?
Nope. I don't know what that means.
Well, here it
Speaking
is.
of spiders, there it is. That's a Rubik web, I believe. He's super fast. That's also Broodmother web. Still gets arrowed. And web stolen again, just to refresh that duration. Well, someone survives though here. That last starfall, not enough to burn him over the edge. Lives at like 50 or 60 health points. Meanwhile, Moonlit Shadow, we have some covering fire down bottom, and well, they have the sentry. They have everything available. Tabo will take a spell here again. 4 heroes to send him, and even a double damage on the Queen of paiN. So basically, I guess top lane has fallen. The tier 1 tower, middle lane as well. Catapult will finish it up with the Fiend Script onto Night Stalker, keeps him alive. Follow-up control coming through from the Earthspread, and these two supports together have enough power to bring down a Night Stalker. King RD not retreating in time. Things starting to fall into place a little bit here from Mad King. Not
I mean,
without
a little
cost.
bit, but yeah, you lose 2 towers there while that happens. There goes a lot of your map control, and you need to try and dominate this game. And duel coming out bottom lane, looks like your defense getting taken down. Your Legion Commander gets stronger, another 10 damage her. She's at 20. 20 damage.
Oh.
Infinite scaling.
Could have been 30 if it wasn't for the nightmare earlier.
We don't talk in theoreticals here.
Well, I sometimes say Dota, and there's a lot of what ifs and there's a lot of could haves and almost, but it doesn't.
Almost
that
gets
matters
you nothing in Dota.
very much. Yeah.
I think you've yelled at one of my friends for that before. Almost is somebody outplaying you just a little bit.
Yeah. It's true though. Doesn't matter if you almost killed the throne.
You almost got a kill
Yeah.
instead of dying. Doesn't matter, it's just somebody playing better than you. Somebody knows that almost. And they're punishing you for it. I love Dota too.
Oh,
Yeah, down goes another
paiN
tower.
Gaming, loving it too right now. They're doing the objective-based gaming kind of strat. Might be
Mhm.
able to trade another tier 2 for the tier 1 top. XD is the only one pushing it right now. They does have some teammates in case as reaction to this, but hey, he's even gonna pop his god strength for it. But even then, as soon as Tabo comes in here, and he's doing that right now, teaming into the backline is gonna be able to provide some extra trees. This tier 2 will fall. Again, you're just giving up so many objectives towards paiN Gaming with no threat whatsoever, even though you have pretty much all your spells available.
I
And
mean, you
God,
have
Broodmother.
your whole team sitting behind them. Oh, looks like engagement over here.
Yeah,
The enemy
HFN looking for the duel by the looks of it. Oh, Sword running back into him now. Still can't get it off. It's just so slippery. Sentry wards. Did I not see him? Just walking by, I believe. And that is coming back in the silence. They bring down the baiN immediately. Now they're actually caught up on the high ground here. Lifted down to the low ground. Need a little bit of extra damage to make it work. And they do get it. HFN with a double kill. Sword. Finish up Rubik in the back. And now double stun here from the Earthspread with the Magnetize. Is it enough though? Leap away from Masha. Sword still trying to find him here with Magnetize going and another nuke. They'll get the big old kill on the Marana. HFN continuing to try and find this Broodmother. It was his job. Hey, find the duel on to Sword. Just cannot get it. Just zipping and zapping across the trees all the freaking time.
Yeah, I mean, the baiN was a consolation prize along with another 14 dual damage, but getting that spider there was much more important.
Almost though 8K net worth still is the advantage for paiN Gaming. Well, right around 8K, 7K, something like that, and all that is concentrated on the cores really if you look at the net worth distribution. All of them are having more money than their counterparts, and that's... Oh, they gotta be a bit careful here. Has the insatiable hunger going, so if he gets to right-click something, he can heal up a little bit.
And he's trying to do just that on the Ancients, but doesn't manage to get that much HP up before it expires. And looks like paiN Gaming wants more. I mean, they're not going to push the top tower, it doesn't look like, but they're going to try and find a pick-off in this jungle.
If an finding CXD, it would be big. That's showing themselves mid. Sounds coming through. Button. Oh, gets lifted up here. Duster setting up for a duel. That's another quick and easy victory.
48 dual damage on the Legion Commander now. Hashtag infinite scaling.
Wonder if they want to threaten high ground with that. I mean, they only have one more tier 2 to take. That's even down below half health, so barely worth going for. I have another opportunity here. So trying to find a backstab onto one of these supports, but as long as HFN or Piranha are there, always trying to move down a lot of these waves. Yeah. Between the Starfall as well as the Faithful, they get rid of all of these. Oh, it needs to build up a new army.
Yeah, it's a little bit interesting. This Rubik didn't end up leveling the null field at all. He just wants a longer disable. I can see why, but at the same time, I feel like 1 point in the null field just for that first 10% would be worth it.
Yep.
I'm not going to argue with a team that's winning this hard.
The seeds of fortune.
Well, never works, you know. XDXD might be going on here. Tabo with the TP to the back, gets his vision. Trying to run away, did get the Warcry off, but now he's forced to fight. Actually doing quite a bit of damage to Duster here. One more swipe and we've gotten that kill. But, not quite there.
A little bit of a misplay there from the side of paiN. They ended up lifting him up, then throwing down Sprout, let him out of the trees, and then suddenly he's just attacking the Rubik again.
Oh, that's another one down. That's just a straight up solo kill HFN. Another Blink duel victory up to 62. And more pressure down bottom. Trying to force out a reaction here. So far, Mad Kings is not biting. So that is now. If the catapult gets a little bit closer, it's maybe 3 damage, but now they'll be able to prevent that.
Yeah, I mean, you got to be very scared at this point on the side of Mad Kings. Like, you're right beside your tier 3 tower on Earth Spirit, and you get picked off by the Legion Commander back when there's a team fight being taken elsewhere on the map. So you're not safe anywhere.
Yep. Now smoked up. Has a couple of heroes that get the silence off onto Mirana, but still gets a lead with the purge away from HFN. It's a good team play there now, and Moonlight Shadow comes out to Dust as well to try and scout them out. Only catches Marsha himself. Rest of paiN Gaming. HFN looking for a dual target here if he can. They do ping out the paiN, but they don't quite know where everyone else is at. Going in like that might have been a really bad idea, so he doesn't go for it.
Whole 5-man team is there at that time, so you don't really want to go in, and you don't have your Night Stalker with you. He's separated from you in the creep wave, giving vision of the enemy team over in top. But okay, getting gone on here, mid lane.
That's not what I wanted. Masha, 1, 2, 3. Link after him from Nada. Another extra heal from HFN. They're still chasing here. I'm not sure about this one anymore. I mean, King AD cannot actually make it nighttime, so this is the time for them to go, I guess. Nada coming through. Has an ultimate to work with. The duel comes out. He doesn't want to ult into that blade mail. Nada, well, lifted up, silenced up, controlled to the death. 2-for-1 trade. The stun to follow here into Legion Command. If they can get HFN, it's a big killing spree, but oh, almost saved him. That push down to the low ground, put enough damage there from the Earth Spirit. Now rest of paiN Gaming trying to make it work. Trading Nightmares left, right, and center. No stun coming through on a Night Stalker here, but XDSZ time to be catted around a little bit. Tavo and Dust are working together. King AD tank enough here as he goes onto Vayne, chasing him away. Now the Nightmare not doing damage anymore. Rubik's actually absolutely fine. Now the Sprout into another zap. They gotta get that kill, and it's a full 5-man wipe. King AD running down the Vayne himself.
The Nightmare
what
coming
a play.
out, though.
Yeah.
Duster God?
Was
The
it his own
brute-
nightmare, or was it one that's just been traded?
That was one that was traded, I believe.
I don't think he had that stolen, but either way, just having that on himself doesn't do damage anymore.
Nope.
So
So he's just staying there alive. The Sven
Yeah.
Stormbolt on cooldown can't click him or he falls asleep. There's nothing
Yeah.
he can do.
crazy stuff. Crazy
That's what I
stuff
call-
right there.
A nightmare.
Haha!
Yeah?
Nightmare on Dota Street. Also dodging the stun here with the Yule's King RD. Get some help from Duster too, lifting back XDXD as he pops that God Strength once again, so they're kiting around this guy. Meanwhile, somewhere else on the map, Broodmother gets picked up. HFN with a double kill. The duel was involved, no duel victory though, still sitting at 62, but it does serve to just go Mad Kings all the way back. But to get the lift up here onto the Sven, dragging him back. No more God Strength here, it also means no more extra health points to work with. Just right-clicking him down. 40 seconds on the sidelines, no buyback either, so paiN Gaming able to go high ground here once they recognize that.
Yeah. Here they go. You got pretty powerful push. You have Trance Extra on the Nature's Prophet. He's banging down the tower. There's nothing they can really do to stop him. I mean, Queen of Pain can throw her ultimate or something like that. That didn't need to happen right now, but no, she gets dueled.
Dies so fast. Now lift up on the Bane. He's gonna die too. Two more heroes on sidelines. Immediate buyback from a Quap. And now what we do here. Throws on the ultimate, hits on 3, so that's good. But we have a lot of sustain here available inside of paiN Gaming. And didn't actually claim the Rakshas yet. Marsh actually was super low, super fast, and no more leap charges available to get himself out of that. So the 1 kill XDXD, all blinking across, gets a stun up only in 1. Instant lift there from Duster. Chase is still going. The Nightmare, this time it was a stolen one. They use their own blink daggers to get out. HFN is just waiting on the Shadow Blade, but duel not coming off cooldown. Just gonna have to do it the old-fashioned way. Oh, that Void actually interrupting the blink animation.
Perfect
Need
timing.
the silence. XDXD now, he's the one on the run. Tavo going forward. They have more silences coming through from his Orchid. XDXD, well, not laughing anymore. Trying to just keep himself alive, but there's the duel finally coming out. Another death, and once again, no buyback on him. Didn't get enough money in the meantime. Nightmare. And from the actual Bane on the Nature's Prophet as they're trying to deal with this Broodmother. HFN starting to drop a little bit low on health and mana, but Tavo, well, he's still feeling large and in charge. They're gonna get that hero. Not happy about that. And just like that, another tier 3 tower is being pushed away at. Sword controlled up with a little bit of extra bit of Yule's action and telekinesis action. They just straight up call it GG, well played.
Queen of
2
Pain
minutes,
disconnects
just like game number 1 of the first series.
Actually, it was a lot like both games of the first series. Again, 22 minutes, exact same time, it feels like. This has to be a coincidence. That's not this patch in a nutshell, is it?
Might be for SA Dota for all we know. Might be just these teams being maybe on a bit of a different level. I mean, you have paiN with these seasoned veterans and Mad Kings with, again, no player that I do recognize. Doesn't necessarily need to mean much, but they haven't really had a chance in this game to show what they can do.
Yeah, I mean, if Dragon Drop doesn't know you, then who?
That's supposed
Dragon
to mean.
Drop does, huh? No, it means nothing. And Dragon Drop decides who is relevant in Dota, right?
Just going from what little I remember from the SAC.
Fair enough.
When I casted them.
I don't know nothing about self
Yeah.
Dota, so
No, just gotta go with what you know, and I know I recognize HFN, Tavo, King ID of course. So yeah, I've also been impressed by Marsha here in the Marana, just super solid. But then again, these kind of games, like, only so much that you can actually recognize and identify as like great plays if you're not really challenged too much with just the way the game has gone. I mean, Legion Commander HFN just basically won the whole game almost, together with the rest of his team, just everything clicking into place, it felt like.
yeah, I mean, that's like you said, veteran players, everything just seems to fall into place for them when they do team fights, when they roam around the map. Everything is just so well timed. Very little mistakes there. So
Right.
excellent game out of the side of paiN Gaming.
We'll see whether they can repeat that performance in game number 2, or whether Mad Kings have something crazy up their sleeves. We'll find out in just a couple of minutes. Don't go too far away.